Why are you here?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Eddie and this is Fragnifiscents. Thank you so much for stopping by today. So today I want to talk about a fragrance that was released here a couple of years ago. I added it to my collection because I have two of the flankers that I really love, so I wanted to pick it up and let you know what I think about it. This is Dior Homme 2020. So stay tuned and we'll talk about it on the other side of the intro. Let's go. Welcome back, you guys. So this channel is about sharing my experience with you guys as a noob, even though I hate that word. I'm new at this and I'm still learning, but even though I've been collecting for 3 years, I still have a lot to learn. But I want you guys to be able to see what it's like for somebody like me to experience fragrance and to grow as a collector. So this right here, this is Christian Dior's 2020 version of Dior Homme. I bought this because I have the Intense and the Parfum flankers in the line. Really love them, and they definitely deserve all the hype that they get. Fantastic fragrances. So I love those. So it made me curious about this one, and I started thinking, well, how bad could it be? You know, I've never smelled the original 2011, even though I've heard that it's basically maybe a little watered down version of the Intense. I don't know if it's true or not. Even though the iris, I knew the iris was not in this release, I figured it still could be really nice. You know, why not try it? I bought a 100 milliliter bottle because I wasn't able to try before I bought, even though I definitely recommend that you guys do that, especially with this one here, because it may not be what you expect. We're going to talk about the presentation, we're going to talk about the notes, and what you can use it for. So those of you who are not familiar with the presentation or the bottle style, this is what the bottle looks like. This is a 100 milliliter bottle or 3.4 ounce, whatever your unit is that you prefer. The name of the house and the line is on the cap, although that was added in 2020, I believe. The original does not have the name on the cap. It's this kind of golden yellow liquid. On the bottom, you have your batch code and the volume of the fragrance. The cap snaps into place, and the atomizer is the best in the industry. Man, that's good. It gets better every time I spray this. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the notes of the fragrance. So you're going to open up with some bergamot, some elemi resin, and some pink pepper. So you're going to get a little bit of sweet spice. Elemi resin is going to give it a little bit of a lemony, piney sort of freshness to go with that bergamot. Then in the middle, you're going to get some cedar and some patchouli, which is kind of weird because those are usually base notes. But it's going to rest on a base of vetiver and musk. So when you first spray this on, what you're going to get is this really nice combination. So it's not like the original Dior Homme where it's got the iris and it's like a, you know, Dior Homme Intense was derived from the original Dior Homme. So I've never smelled it. I just assumed that it's more similar to that. This is more of a vast departure. But still, the opening is really nice. It's really pleasant. You're going to get this sort of sour bergamot with this sweet, spicy pink pepper. And then you're going to get a little bit of a green touch with that elemi resin because it kind of gives it a little bit of a piney, lemony feel to add to the rest of the top. And that lasts 15 minutes on me because I have drier skin, 20 minutes if I'm lucky. I wish it would last longer because it's really nice, but it does dry down into this kind of a woody musky combo. That vetiver is more grassy woody than it is earthy. The patchouli, same thing. It's not really sweet. It's just woody. It's like a base of woods, and that's what you're going to get for most of the life of the fragrance. So let's talk performance. Well, that opening, you're going to get that nice piney citrusy freshness for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes if you're lucky. Then it's going to quickly dry down into that woody base. And that base is going to probably put out for a good hour, I would say, and then Surprisingly, that dry down stays around for a really long time, longer than I expected, probably about 6 hours. So as far as the Central, I couldn't really tell you guys. I haven't really worn it out, or I haven't worn it to an office type of situation. I haven't had any feedback from anybody that I'm staying with on it yet, but I've only had it for a month. But I'm really impressed with the performance on it for what it is. It's probably going to perform a lot better in the summer and spring months because of just the kind of fragrance that it is. Hey guys, I want to jump in here real quick and also mention one more thing. You know, if you find this fragrance is just a little too hard to find after that first hour, and you want to maybe make it a little bit more special, you can always add some ISOE Super. I've been experimenting and putting this on before applying the fragrance, and it does add this kind of earthy, resinous, almost balsamic type of lift to the fragrance. At least that's what my nose tells me. So if you have something like this, you want to make the fragrance a little bit more interesting, you know, you can go with this route here. I'm not really big into layering, but I do have these and I'll use them if I feel, you know, the fragrance needs something that it doesn't have. So guys, I'm going to try to wrap up my thoughts and try to remember everything I want to say about this, because there's a few things. You know, the question is, why are you here?
Why are you here?
Because you are not this. So it's not this, guys. And it's not even like the original 2011 release, which this is more derived from. So what I think happened, so if you remember back in the 80s, there was an ad campaign at Coca-Cola where they decided, because the cola wars were fierce. I remember watching a History Channel documentary, I think it was History Channel, and Coke had to come up with something to get back at Pepsi for the Pepsi Challenge. I think maybe that's what it was. So they dropped the old formula. They came out with a whole new formula for Coca-Cola. And then whether it was by design or by miscalculation, the new Coke was not successful. So they had to bring the old formula back. So then they had both of them out at the same time. You can have new Coke, you can have old Coke, because we believe in you having a choice. Choice of a new generation. No, maybe that was Pepsi. Maybe that should have been Coke's catch line. But the point is, I don't know if that's what Dior was going for here, if it was intentional or not. Maybe it was, I don't know. You know, marketing is a funny thing. They probably designed a new fragrance that was designed to be worn and not wear the user. Because that's what this is, you know. What can we make that'll make a man smell nice, but it doesn't smell like he's actually wearing a fragrance? And that's kind of what this does. People aren't going to say that your cologne smells good. They're going to say you smell good. I mean, this is what I would reach for in a situation, a few different situations. If I knew I was going to be around people who are sensitive to fragrance, who don't like fragrance, but you want to wear something. If you were having a job interview, you know, and you're meeting a new potential supervisor for the very first time and you want to make a good impression, you know, you're dressed nice, and you know, whether it's a polo up to a suit, you know, this could be the guy that could be the cherry on top that would leave that good impression. So that's the value in this fragrance right here. Maybe if they would have released this in a new line, a new bottle, it would have been successful. So they put it in this bottle just to ensure that they could sell the fragrance. So it's just my thoughts on that. Maybe they'll release a 2011, you know, Dior Homme side by side with this one. That'd be kind of cool. But a lot of people would think that was kind of dirty, but I digress. So here are my final thoughts on Dior Homme 2020. It's masculine. It has moderate to good performance. It's a spicy, sweet, woody fragrance that's going to be really good in springtime because it's got that green facet to it. It's going to be good in the summer, early fall, but you probably could get away with wearing this all year round. This could be a perfect signature scent, especially in an office environment where you're around other people that might be sensitive to fragrances or people that you've not met before. That's what this is good for right here. It's like taking like you're getting a white shirt that you just got back from the cleaners and you're putting it on for the first time. It's just that nice, crisp, clean linen freshness is what this is right here. It is $100 for a bottle, around that. So you got to decide if it's worth it to you to have a fragrance like this. But this is the ultimate dumb reach, guys. I mean, I have fragrances in my collection that are half the price, quarter the price, that accomplish the same thing, but maybe not quite as elegantly as this. I will definitely use this in situations where I'm going to be around people that I want to be really considerate to, people that may not like fragrances or be sensitive to them. This would be perfect for a job interview. If you really want to make a good impression, I'd start here. This is a good fragrance for that situation. Well guys, that's my final thoughts on Dior Homme 2020. What do you think of this fragrance? Do any of you have it? Have you tried it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below, because I welcome all your opinions and I'd love to have a conversation with you. For me, it's a like, not a love. It's weird because it doesn't really belong in this bottle. You know, it has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with the original. But maybe if we get lucky, they'll come out with the 2011 re-release and they'll put them side by side like the Coke thing. Huh? Who knows? That'd be kind of cool. But as long as you understand what this is trying to be, this is an inoffensive daily driver. It's just going to make you smell nice and fresh and clean. That's all it's trying to be. It's not trying to be some beast. So with that said, let me know down in the comments if you guys own this. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Have you tried it? Is it just boring? Do you appreciate it? I appreciate it. It's just a like, not a love, but I do appreciate its usefulness because it definitely has its uses and it will be used. All right, so leave me one of these, subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting my channel, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Later.